Everyone in the United States has a list, not a shopping list, not a to-do list, the secret list, the one that sits hidden in a corner of your bank account, silently bleeding every week, every month, every quarter, and you never stop to look because, deep down, you know what you'll find. $7 here, $12.99 there, $14.99 for that platform you opened once in November and never touched again. Welcome to America, land of the free market and the subscription you never canceled. It all started innocently enough. Like any well-laid trap, you were browsing, maybe it was late at night, maybe you were in that specific post-dinner American mood, half numb, half optimistic, the kind of mental state that makes you think you're going to learn Spanish, start an online business, and still read a book before bed. Then it appeared, that little window, that little offer, 7 days free, no commitment, cancel anytime. And you thought, perfect, I'll try it. I have nothing to lose. You clicked. You entered your card number. You didn't even read the terms. Nobody reads the terms. The terms exist precisely so they aren't read. They're 47 pages of legal jargon designed by lawyers who were specifically hired to ensure you never understand what you're agreeing to. And then the countdown began, which you never followed, because that's how the trap works. Not with violence, not with pressure, with calculated kindness, with the illusion of control they hand you on a silver platter, knowing exactly that you won't exercise that control. They have the data. They know that most people use the product for the first 48 hours and then disappear. They know that when the 7th day arrives, you're sleeping, working, in traffic, or watching something else that you also don't remember when you signed up for. And what happens on the 8th day? Ding! Payment processed. Thank you for your trust. Here in the United States, we have a very particular relationship with the concept of free. We love free. We'll cross the entire Costco parking lot to get a free cheese stick. We'll download apps we won't use just because they're free. We'll watch 30-second ads we didn't ask for just to avoid paying 99 cents a month. Free activates something primitive in the American brain that shuts down critical judgment and turns on the autopilot of clicking. And companies discovered this a long time ago. The free trial isn't generosity. It's bait. It's the most finely tuned hook in the history of modern capitalism. Think about it. When you sign up for a free trial, you're not testing the product. You're being conditioned. You use it once, twice. The interface becomes familiar. The product becomes part of your routine, even if superficially. And when the billing starts, canceling seems more laborious than continuing to pay. That's the plan. It's always been the plan. They're not betting that you'll love the product so much that you'll want to pay. They're betting on your inertia, on your laziness, on your infinite capacity to say, I'll cancel this next week for 16 consecutive weeks. And after 16 weeks, you don't even remember why you signed up. The product has become part of the scenery. It's become an invisible automatic debit. It's become part of the financial landscape that you prefer not to examine closely. And the worst part? This doesn't happen with bad products. It happens with good products too. It happens with products you genuinely like but don't use enough to justify the price. You have a meditation gym subscription that you open twice a year when life gets impossible. You have an online course platform where you completed 8% of a photography course in February 2022 and never logged in again. You have a streaming service that you subscribe to watch a specific series, finish the series, and now pay monthly for the privilege of having the app installed on your phone. Do you know how much money the average American throws away every year on subscriptions they don't use? Studies vary, but the numbers hover around $240 annually that people simply don't realize they're spending. $240. That's a domestic plane ticket. That's a weekend getaway. That's a small but real emergency fund. And it's disappearing from your account in installments of $6.99 that your brain categorizes as irrelevant, because $6.99 doesn't seem like real money. But 12 times $6.99 is $83.88, multiplied by how many subscriptions you have active right now. Relax. You don't need to do the math now. You'll do it later. Probably never. And that's what they're counting on. The system was precisely engineered to exploit three specific weaknesses in human behavior. The first is loss aversion. You've already paid, or you think you'll lose something if you cancel before getting it all. The second is present bias, which is the tendency to value minimal effort now over future benefit. Canceling seems like a chore. Continuing to pay seems like nothing. And the third is what psychologists call sunk cost, which in good American terms means you've already invested time setting up that account, you've already learned how to use the interface, you've already created your profile, you've already connected with Facebook. Giving up now seems like a waste of the effort you've already made. So you don't give up. You pay, and pay, and pay. Silicon Valley didn't hire the world's best engineers to make products you use. It hired them to make products you can't get away from. There's a brutal difference between the two, and most people never stop to notice. Retention design, strategic notifications, you're losing access in 3 days email. It's all applied behavioral science working against you. It's not personal. It's scale. It's the same system being applied simultaneously to 300 million Americans. And it works because the human mind wasn't built to handle dozens of simultaneous micro-financial commitments. It was built to flee predators and find food. The free trial came later. And there's another layer that nobody mentioned. Cancellation is never easy. This isn't an accident or a design flaw. It's intentional. You try to cancel, and suddenly you have to navigate through 4 different screens. Answer why you're leaving, watch a special offer to keep you presentation, and sometimes even talk to a customer service representative whose only job is to convince you not to cancel. Some services even go so far as to only accept cancellations by phone, during business hours, on weekdays, for a product you signed up for in 30 seconds at 2 in the morning on a Sunday. The asymmetry is deliberate and absolute. So, what do? Simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You have 2 honest options when faced with a free trial. The first is to enter the cancellation date already scheduled on your calendar. At the same moment you enter your card number. Before confirming, you cancel. Use the free days guilt-free and walk away clean. The second option is not to enter. Because if you know you're not going to cancel, entering a free trial isn't testing a product, it's subscribing with extra steps and a 7-day delay. The problem isn't technology. It's not capitalism in the abstract. It's the gap between who you think you are, the organized person who manages their own finances, and who you really are at 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, clicking Start Free Trial on the 7th app of the month. Both exist. And subscription companies build their entire business on top of that gap. You called it a free trial. But if you forgot to cancel, it was never free. It was just a charge with a polite wait before it started. And their politeness has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the automatic debit they set up on your card while you still thought you were in control. Now go look at your statement, really, line by line, and tell me how much your freedom of choice cost you.